Yeah. So let's start to talk about the third eye coming from Zen philosophy, which actually it's another way of connecting to all there is. And what they say is, or actually it's Lao Tzu from the Tao Te Ching, which is like the Bible of Chinese philosophy, saying that the way that can be spoken of is not the constant way. Meaning that if I can express something, it's already not that what I see or what I want to express. The name that can be named is not the constant name. The nameless was the beginning of heaven and earth. The named was the mother of the myriad creatures. This is exactly the third eye. Exactly. Why? Because the third eye is actually the seat of consciousness. And today, when we meditate, we exactly pay attention to that. But the third eye is where we can be no thing. And when we focus on something, that something become something just because we focus on it. That's exactly what they talk in this paragraph, that if you talk about something, it's already not that. So meaning that the minute you're in contact with an object, it's a straight connection and the information starts to stream through, and you don't need to name it. You don't need to say anything about it. So the third eye is exactly that pure connection with reality. And exactly that is our story as human being, and that is what we're going through, that the minute that we start to bring what we're connecting straight into thoughts and into the mind, this kind of pure interaction with reality is broken. Let's just go to another slide. So I talked about nothing to something, yeah? When I can be idle, completely idle in my third eye, like I have no object, and then I'm focusing on an object, on something, yeah? Meaning that I directing an image and a thought, and then something manifest. From the third eye, we're projecting awareness to illuminate an object. Yeah, before we projecting from the third eye to illuminate an object, that object is not really in our sphere of consciousness. We don't know it's existing. But the minute I project, then I start to perceive information from the object. From the third eye, we can contract awareness or we can expand awareness. We can choose whatever we want. You know, we can focus on the tiniest thing there is, or we can expand and really be aware or become aware our infinity. I, me, mine as an object of awareness. Yeah, meaning that the minute there is I, yeah, so the object that I'm aware of is belong to me. But if I'm just aware of, then it's pure connection. Yeah, and another point very important to the third eye is to be careful not to be enchanted by the colors and images, because as the third eye is related to seeing, so when we close our eyes, we can connect to qualities that are not in the normal realm of our experience. So we can see colors, we can see shapes, we can see images, we can travel to places, like very magical things that can take us away from the actual pure connection with pure consciousness. So in all the teaching of the yoga, they're warning us not to be enchanted by the quality of the third eye. So make sure that when you connect it to the third eye, don't only focus on the color you see in front of your eyes, try to widen your awareness so you have a general connection with the colors and the images that coming, but not only in front of your eyes, but all around you. Great. Let's see what else. I think that's it. Good. So let's go into meditation. And even if we are not completely relaxed and comfortable, because maybe our mind is moving fast, maybe we feel some emotions inside, focus on your third eye. And let's practice what I call in the energy reading courses, the idle place. What is the idle place? Is that place exactly in the third eye when we are aware of awareness? Usually, when I'm aware of an object, there's me and the object. I can be aware of the knee, I can be aware of a tree, sounds, infinite possibilities of object. But what happens when the awareness is falling back on itself? Meaning, instead of having an external object of awareness, the awareness is only aware of itself. So I'm sure that some of you are very clear with this idea, awareness on awareness, but maybe some of you it's new. So let's just connect to this idea and practice it a little bit to clarify. So let's take as our object the center of the chest, the heart chakra. So just focus on the center of your chest and see what you're getting from the center of your chest. Is it relaxed? Is it tight? Is it open? And now let's try to recognize the connection of the projection. Let's try to recognize that actually from the third eye, I'm projecting my awareness so I can interact with the object, in this case, the center of the chest, the heart chakra. Let's pull back the awareness into the third eye. Forget completely about your heart chakra, completely. Forget it. And be back in the idle place. The image that works for me is like we have a tape measure that is on a spring, and you can pull it out to the object you want to measure, and then it just rolls back to itself. That's exactly the third eye. Okay, so now let's direct our awareness to the right knee. And again, see how from just being in your third eye, you start to move awareness to the right knee. And then you're creating a space with the right knee, and the information starts to stream via this space and start to give you data, color, shape, sensation. Just be with your right knee. Again, let's pull back the tape measure or the awareness back to the third eye. Forget about everything. So again, there's stillness, no thingness. And from there, we're shifting to the left knee, creating the left knee in our thoughts, knowing where it is from memory, and moving awareness like we're projecting light to shine on the left knee. And let's feel and perceive the information streaming back to our awareness. Releasing back the tape measure, let it spring back into itself, meaning awareness springs back into itself and back into stillness. Third eye is within itself. Consciousness within consciousness. Peace. Let's project awareness now to both knees, left and right in the same time. So we're creating like a triangle, left, right knees, and third eye. And then we can, for example, compare both knees. What's the difference? One big, one small, one up, one down, one cold, one warm, one big, one tiny, one tense, one relaxed. So many possibilities. And again, drop them both, zhoop, back to the third eye. Forget about everything. That's exactly what means pure consciousness. And let's deepen our forgettingness to forget also who we are, what's our name, to leave behind anything we attach to what we call me or mine or I. Even letting go of the fact that I'm doing something. Letting go of the fact that I want to reach somewhere. Letting go of everything. What's left? For me, it's just peace. And now let's expand the magic. This peace that felt in the mind is actually can be expanded. So if we pay attention, close attention, we'll see that the peace that we feel in the seat of consciousness is not limited to the size and shape of our head, of our brain, at all. So let's become aware of the infinite being, which the third eye experience inviting us to experience. Nothing from nothing is nothing, yet it's everything. Now, this state of infinite being that the third eye leads us to is half job done. To have the full job done, we must connect with our heart. We must unite or Mary. Heart and pure consciousness. So love and infinity will be felt in the same time. Let's do it. Just invite pure consciousness, which sits in the area of the third eye, and infinite love, which we're experiencing through the heart, to mix, to alchemize into one experience. And as we are so expansive and infinite in our experience, let's make sure that this immense power that we expose to, we can direct it for healing. So without losing the infinite experience, let's try and synchronize that beautiful infinite expansion with maybe parts of our existence that are a bit tight. Let's start with our emotional existence. So without collapsing from your infinite existence, invite any emotional heaviness to synchronize with your infinite being. If you have some sadness in your heart, or maybe some resentment or anger, or maybe some fears, anything that you feel is a bit heavy emotionally, let's let it synchronize so it can be handed to be illuminated in the light of pure consciousness and pure love, which we are. So take a time for that. Please remember that emotions are felt in the energy centers, in your heart, maybe in your throat, maybe in your solar plexus or lower abdomen, maybe even your limbs or your organs, but for sure not in the mind. And after we release some tension, let's shift into our physical being. And if we do recognize any discomfort on a physical level, again, let's invite it to the pure consciousness which we are, to soften, to release, to open up. Synchronizing physical tension with infinite light and love, which we are, which this is our nature. And now let's do the same. If there are any leftover of head tension, of mental tension, again, let's offer those tensions to the infinite light and love which we are. Let all synchronize. So what will stay as the predominant experience is purity. So as we are doing this work, it's important we understand that actually what we have or what we are holds an immense power of transformation, immense. So the same as we can connect to parts of our being, emotional, physical, or mental, and synchronize it with the light, we can do the same with all humanity. So without losing the beauty and the infinite being that we're experiencing through the third eye and the heart, let's visualize that we are connecting in the same time to the sum energy of the whole humanity, and invite the whole humanity to interact, to synchronize with the peace which you are, with the peace which we are. Don't get confused. Stay peaceful, completely connected to your source, to your essence, and just say, I'm synchronizing the whole humanity with the pure light and pure love, which is my nature. And just wait until you feel that humanity transforms. Everybody transforms. You don't need to do anything. It's not doing. It's acknowledging and stating and seeing the effect. Beautiful. Let's train a little bit, because life is powerful, and for sure our mind will give us trouble. There's no doubt about it. Let's train how to come back to this beautiful state which we are. So just allow yourself to think about something that bothers you now. Make your mind get confused a little bit about a problem. And you'll see immediately that you start to shrink and kind of lose it. That's okay. Let it happen for a minute. Okay. And now we're building back. So the first thing we do is acknowledging that the thought and the emotion are an object that our mind or our third eye get attached to it. So the first thing we say, I'm now seeing the thoughts and the emotion in front of me, but I'm pure consciousness. I'm not those thoughts. So we create space. Do it first of all, creating space from the object. You might see emotions in your heart, thoughts in your brain, but you're pure consciousness, seeing them. The next step is to invite the leftover of those heavy energy to synchronize with the essence of who you are. So you can say, I'm inviting sadness or whatever you feel, or confusion, or pain to synchronize like we've done before with my pure essence, pure love, pure light, which is me. Take a minute for that. And the last part is to acknowledge that the pure essence and pure love and pure light which you are is actually all there is. So I'm synchronizing now with all there is, which is light and love and infinite being. We just say this and boom, we are in that state. And if you really want to push it to the very, very edge of everything, the one who say everything, I am pure light, I am this and that, let it disappear as well in what it's saying, in what it's experiencing. So there's nothing, and there's everything. And there's no one. There's even nobody that surrenders, because to surrender, there's somebody, should be somebody to surrender. But there is nothing of that, even that. That's why they say that the way that can be spoken is not the way. Beautiful. Okay, so let's take time to express gratitude that life brought us together this morning. No, it's not morning, it's evening, but who cares? But really feel the gratitude, that your heart is full of gratitude. How blessed we are to be able to sit and practice and connect to the essence of everything. And then let's visualize that this beautiful energy we're experiencing is shared among all humanity, among all animals and all living forms, and those that we call not living. Everybody is experiencing the peace which we are. In this moment, all around planet Earth, everybody breathing deeper, experiencing space, experiencing love, experiencing hope. Thank you so much. And I want to remind you that every morning we have a circle of meditation that you are most welcome to join. Once a week we do it live, and the rest it's only connecting through our mind. And as well, we offering the energy reading courses and many more courses to come. So Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining.